One of my clients gained 4 kg and got visibly stronger in just 12 weeks using only bodyweight training. And so if you want to get big and strong with that same style but don't know how to make it happen, in this video I'm going to talk about what actually worked for him, his workout program at that time, and what I would do different for a better progress so that you would know how to structure bodyweight training on your own. Finally, gain some size and strength with our gym. If you don't know who I am, my name is Bagdo, a Vietnamese guy. I help males gain weight and strength, becoming bigger and stronger. Lately, my weight has gone up from 55 to more than 70 kilograms. You can check out YouTube shorts on this channel for my training style, strength and physique. Particularly, that guy was a former client of YouGains, the weight gain online coaching business of mine. He did actually have the calisthenics training background at the outdoor training place with pull-up and deep balls. He also shared with me that he couldn't afford a gym or some kind of weight because he was trying to make it, earning some money. So I coached him with calisthenics / bodyweight training approach for the very first time during my coaching experiences. For other guys, I would just prescribe them with gym version because it is the most optimal and also the fastest way to make some gains, noticeable ones. But due to this guy's context, no problem, I'm gonna follow him accordingly. And myself, I did also have the bodyweight training background as well, so I understand what I was doing. Because he was still studying at the university where I went to as well, and he was working simultaneously, he would take advantage of that shit to skip the workouts, to skip the fucking meals, to stay up late for gaming. So I did often have many conversations to shift his mindsets and change his actions gradually. Eventually, he gained weight. His body got more defined, and of course, he got stronger. Here's what we did. First of all, I incorporated leg training into his workout program because, of course, he was doing calisthenics, so he wouldn't mind not training legs. And also, I made him do it properly so that he would have the balanced look, modified, more muscle, which means more weight. Straightforward, right? And when he had that kind of brutally hard training session like that, he would be able to eat more because his appetite got enhanced, and then he would gain weight. That's fucking it. So start training the leg and do it properly. He didn't have much experiences doing that shit, and so I did have to fix his techniques to do it right. Secondly, he was made to start eating more. He used to skip breakfast as he woke up late, so he was just gonna have lunch and dinner, and that's fucking it for the day. A typical day. Rarely he would have breakfast, but from time to time. So I added breakfast and 2 eggs into his diet plan, and he was forced to do that shit at least within this 12-week coaching period. He gotta do it, or else he would get his ego and honor ruined, basically. That is the basic meals, a basic meal of a typical Vietnamese person, but he didn't do it, which can potentially contribute to an increase in his weight, but he didn't do it. Sounds crazy, but that was a fact, bro. Alright, enough yapping. So I gotta change him. Thirdly, I gave him more exercises so that he had to do in order to target other upper body muscles and also fix his form as well. Like the dips, He was doing this straight with the body straight like I did, like I used to. So the proper one to hit all the fucking pushing muscles, including chest, tricep, and front delt, is to curl our upper body a little bit like this, and then you will feel all your fucking pushing muscles are training so hard. Like yesterday, I was just doing with the dips and front delts exploded. I didn't even have to do overhead press anymore, and I'm fine with this shit. Right? Or pike push up. He was not doing it properly, so I was supposed to help him with that shit. etc. Another thing, which is also crucial, is to fix his dumbass bad sleep schedule. He stayed up late till 2-3 a.m. for gaming or some other shit. I don't know what he was doing, but that was terrible as fuck. And hence, he would wake up late at around 11 a.m. or 12 p.m. And to be honest, it was a fucking shock to me, bro. I cannot even sleep in that long, basically. So I confronted him, talking about how to optimize the quality of his sleep. So he gotta pay attention to at least 4 factors: temperature, make sure it is cool or even cold enough so that he will fall to sleep. He would fall to sleep easier. The noise, of course, you cannot just sleep well with the noisy background and shit. The light, gotta get the light at the eye level or even below. And of course, the energy of it should be less intense, I would say, and less bright. Yeah. Last but not least, it is about the brain. Do not consume the fucking content or some shit which can stimulate the brain, because at that point there will be a lot of thoughts jumping around in your mind. Obviously you wouldn't be able to sleep well, so be aware of that shit. Also, I talked to him about the mindset, why he has to go to bed earlier. Remember, bro, everything is connected. If you do not sleep well, or basically you stay up late like him, okay, the next day you would wake up late, but you are making sure that you get the 7 or 8 hours of sleep just by coping. Okay, fine, but then your day just basically gets cramped up, and he had a lot of priorities, and fitness or weight gain goal was his 3rd, 4th, or even 5th priority. So he would focus most of his time, energy, and some shit on the first priorities first, and then his day would fucking finish. So how was he supposed to do the training session right now, to eat the fucking food that he was supposed to have right now? How? The same for you, bro. So you gotta go to bed earlier and then wake up earlier. You will feel some fresh shit, and in the early morning no one is gonna disrupt you. You're just gonna have the energy to focus on the main task first, and then later of the day you will have no fucking excuses to skip the workout, to skip the meals. That's how you can win in this life, because people out there are lazy as fuck, including him. But he was able to make it, and you can too. Right? So here's the workout program I made for him. There are actually 2 versions. The first one is at the outdoor training place like that, 3 days per week. That's fucking it. That's what I made him do. Normally I would make people do 5 times per week or even more. I even training 7 days per week like I used to, but here just 3 days, so that he can do it consistently. So upper, lower, and upper. That's fucking it. For upper body training, he would do pike push-up, pull-ups, dips, decline push-up. Boom. For lower body, he would do piston squat, side lunges, Bulgarian split squat, back and forth lunges, single leg good morning, and calf raise. The other version is created for him to train at home, which he utilized a lot, most of the time during the coaching period. And so the same 3 times per week, upper, lower, and upper. For upper body training, he would do decline push-up, pike push-up, tricep push-up, these things. So here is the push-up position, right? So he would do this, bring this forearm onto the ground. Okay, it is not normal push-up, but with narrow grip. It's this. Tricep push-up, pseudo push-up, back widow. Alright, and for lower body, it is still the same as the previous one. There's only one thing that I would do different to make him progress faster and better and more optimally. I would apply the training method, the training knowledge that I know recently, in order to increase his reps, because he is training with body weight. So I would give him the body weight progressive overload approach, I would say, so that he would have the specific goals per session, and then he will get motivated when he often made excuses like that shit. So particularly about this body weight training method, there'll be 4 sets, and he must know the max reps he can do in a row. So for example, we can talk about pull-ups. Okay, he might be able to do 15 pull-ups in a row. Okay, and then divide it by 2, so it might be 7 or 8. To make sure it's, you know, the best result, just do 7 and then progressive overload. You are still gonna increase the reps, so do not worry about it. Okay, so let's just take 7 as the 50% of 15, which is the max he can do when it comes to pull-ups in a row. Alright, so 7 reps for 4 sets, and if he feels that he can do more, he is not allowed to do it. Just 7 reps and then done for 4 sets. And in the last set, if he feels like he can do 2 or more reps, in the next session he could increase the rep into 8, and he would do 8 reps for 4 sets, and then just increase like that. Alright, and when he wants to test how many pull-ups he can do in a row, or he wants to see if he can achieve his target, which is, for example, maybe 30 pull-ups, 30 consecutive pull-ups, so he needs to get to at least 15 pull-ups for 4 sets, and then he can try it with 3 sets and max out. Okay, that is the session he would do. That's it. That is the bodyweight training method. And there's another one, but it is about weighted, which he didn't do. Alright, so I wouldn't bring it up here. And that is the only thing I would tweak to get him better results. I had no regret at all, because I tried my best to pull him out of his previous horrendous condition. Okay, he was quite jacked and quite strong, but he had a lot of bad habits which will affect his life later on. So I'm glad that I was able to do something for him. And sometimes I felt like maybe I'm saying this shit to him and then he will, you know, hate me or some shit like that. But I don't care. I'm the same as David Goggins, because he used to say that I'd rather you hate me but you change than you like me or you do not even know who I am, and then you are still the fucking same place, which is bad, which is the one that you don't want, right? So I'm just following his saying like that, analogy like that. Shout out to my guy for being my client, and kudos to him for having tried to be better himself. That's it, bro. Hope you have learned something from this video when it comes to bodyweight training. Goodbye.